So I'm trying another route, and it's just through these really narrow channels, and there's lots of little log jams and stuff to try and get through. I don't know if this is going to take me anywhere, but I'm going to have a quick look-see. Well, it's good to have a good sense of balance, because getting over these logs, which I'm just standing on a log here, trying to get over back into my canoe. Quite a current too to do. So it's, I don't know, there I am. The log is sinking as I stand on it too. But that's okay. It's been good exercise today, if anything else. Well, there's always a first. Yeah. I got back in the canoe, and the log kind of came up behind me and kind of tilted the back end of the canoe, and in I went, and all my gear. So I'm a little cooled off, but not really. Not really cooled off. Bottom half of me is really cooled off, but I'm gonna gather all the bits and pieces of my gear together and empty out the canoe and carry on my way. Well, I hope I'm getting audio on this. Yeah, that was good. So I've got some of my gear across the way over there, so I gotta go fetch it. And I've gathered all the bits and pieces out of the bottom of my canoe, but I gotta empty it out now. Problem was, I had this lovely little bag with all kinds of little things. Lip balm, bug spray, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it was open, so everything was floating everywhere. But yeah, that'll teach me. Well, that's it for me. I think that's the end of my day. I should have known it wasn't going to go well. I forgot my hat in the car. That was a bad omen right there. Never have I forgotten my hat. I should have known. Just a bad omen. So, couldn't find the main channel. I seemed to be on it. The water seemed deep enough, which the main channel will generally be about 3 feet, maybe 4 feet at deepest. And I was in about 3 feet at some points. But it was way too narrow. I don't know where my route is gone. It's disappeared. But maybe I'll try again next year around July, see what the change is then. Like I said, I don't know if it's possibly from beaver activity, maybe changing the landscape in the marsh. But the route that I generally follow was nowhere to be seen. So, c'est la vie. I've had enough of climbing over logs and getting dunked in the water and having to bail out my boat. That's it. I'm going home. Hi, so I'm back at the parking lot on George Johnson Street. Let's try that again. Hi, so I am back at the parking lot on George Johnson Street that puts into the Menacing Wetlands. And yeah, it was a good day. It was challenging on many levels. I've never had to get out of my canoe that much over here. In fact, I almost never get out of my canoe. Once in a while I have to get up and pull across a sandbar, but honestly, I got out of my canoe so many times today to heave the canoe through a sandbar, to heave it over logs, to heave it through the bush, back into a stream. Yeah, I spent a lot of time out of the canoe today, and the whole time I was thinking, geez, I wonder if I'm getting loaded up with leeches today, but I haven't seen any, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it was an eventful day. Taking a dunk in the creek wasn't much fun. Honestly, my primary concern when I stood up, because literally when the canoe tipped over, I saw it filling up and I just bailed out. I thought if I try fighting it, it's just going to fill up more. And when I stood up, I was about waist deep in water. I was surprised it was actually that deep, but I think it just kind of gets deep in areas where it's really fast moving, going over logs and jams and stuff. And my big concern was finding my phone, because today of all days was the day I left the floaty at home, because I do have a floaty that I attach to my phone to save it from sinking if it goes in the water. Fortunately, it was floating in the bottom of my canoe under about a foot of water. But fortunately, it is a Samsung S8. Yay, Samsung. And it is water resistant up to 1 meter. So I picked it up and it was just perfectly fine. So awesome. So yeah, that was my primary concern. And then I just collected everything else. Lesson learned, make sure you get all the bits and pieces. Always keep them contained in a bag. I left my bag open. I had things hanging out. They were floating all over the place, so it made for, a scramble gathering it all up. But other than that, it was a challenge. One of the things I love about whether I do a trip or whether I just take a paddle is, overcoming little challenges like that and not letting them get you down or defeated, or, just, finding your way around them. Standing in 3 feet of that water, I was like, how am I pulling myself out of here? Because literally the banks are straight up. So you've kind of got to grab handfuls of tall grasses and pull yourself out. So that was a bit of a challenge, but it was kind of fun. At the end of the day, it was fun. At the moment, it was not so fun, but now it's not so bad.